Hey guys, it's Coach Vic once again, and I wanted to give a continuation video from the video I brought you last week. Now, if in case you don't remember, the video theme is the same thing we have program wide, which is mental and physical toughness. Now, if you attended last week's practices, you will understand how we're trying to implement those things into our culture, because that's the only thing we're missing. We're really good at practicing certain skills, especially with our skills development extra training we have. And if you haven't been taking advantage of that, shame on you. But there's certain things that we can do as coaches, and as well we can do as parents and onlookers to help our kids to get better. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you something new that you guys can do that I believe every kid in our program should be doing. And I'll get into that in a second. But first, I want to show you a photo. You guys see that photo right there? Yeah, it's a little orange cat looking in the mirror, but what it sees a lion. Now, the reason why this photo is very important, because I believe a lot of our kids don't believe they can be better at basketball or whatever else they're trying to pursue in life. Academics, certain hobbies, art, music, whatever it is. Now, obviously, kids are going to be kids. They're going to, do things weird and strange. And, as their bodies are changing and their mind is developing, they're going to have ups and downs. But the one thing I really want to drive home to everybody who's watching this video is that you do have the ability inside, but you have to see it first. If you can't see that, no one else is going to be able to see it. That's the key. So when you look in that mirror, you need to recognize that you are that lion. You may be the kitten on the outside, but on the inside, you have that heart of a champion. And that's why you're with us right now. Now, here's the thing, though. If you start to make decisions as a lion, that means you're making these decisions up here instead of as the kitten that you believe that you are right now. You will start to see that more lion things happen to you, and people will treat you more like that lion. Let me give you an example. A kitten doesn't practice every day. They don't give their best effort when they're doing their homework or their chores. They're not that respectful, especially when people aren't necessarily around that can scold them. A lion never does that. It holds itself to a high standard all the time. It practices every day, even when it's not convenient, or the practice availability of maybe a court or a space or whatever it is just not there. So when I was young, I didn't always have access to a basketball hoop. So I used the no parking signs that you see around San Francisco as my hoop. And I would just practice on the sidewalk, working on my ball handling, playing games in my head, basically shadow boxing, and doing what I can to get better. And that love of basketball just helped to get bigger and bigger and bigger, even though I didn't actually have a hoop or anything like that. I just did what I could when I could. So that's the key. Understanding that inside, you are capable, you are strong, you are just ferocious. But you have to see it in yourself first. It's not going to be up to me or your parents or your coaches or anybody to say, hey kid, you're strong, you're a lion. I mean, sure, we can say it, but it doesn't matter until you start to truly believe it. And when you start to believe it, you'll start to act in certain ways that only lions act. You won't make decisions from a kitten's area, but from a lion's area. All right. And sometimes you got to fake it until you make it. And what that means is, even you may not feel like you're a lion inside yet, you know what lions do. And if you don't know, I'll let you know now. We practice hard every day. We give the best effort every day that we can. And we don't let anybody stop us from giving our best effort. We don't take excuses. We just get things done. That's what lions do. Doesn't mean we're perfect. Doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. Doesn't mean that we don't struggle with things. It just means we give our best effort every day, and we always try to do our best, even if it's difficult. Now, the second thing I want to share with you is what I believe all of our kids should be doing, and that's post. Playing in a post is basically playing close to the basket with your back to the basket and using a certain set of footwork and skill to help get easier shots. The reason why it's important is because the post is kind of a lost art, and it was always believed to be something only for bigger kids. But now we're starting to see a trend that the guards are doing a lot more post moves because, well, currently they're the ones working on more of their footwork. I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do now, because I've already been showing it to a couple of kids, but I think we need to do this program wide, as I said. So I'm going to show you the drop step. I'll show you a reverse pivot, how you can face up and get some moves there, and how to work on that footwork, because I think, again, if we can get these down, we're going to be able to do a lot with what we can do. Doesn't matter if you're big, doesn't matter if you're small. This is something that footwork will basically help everybody in any level. So first, let's watch the move in action so you understand what I'm talking about. I just drop step towards the middle. Now I grab it, pass to myself, I chin the ball, and I drop step towards the baseline. I use the glass and in. I'll do the move a couple more times so you can understand what I'm doing. And you can see how simple the move is. I'm using a hook shot, but the hook shot is unnecessary. Now I'm reverse pivoting so I can face up and shoot the shot if the defender is further away. I can reverse pivot on any foot. On that side, I like to use the glass. Here I reverse pivot, and I can use that foot to go into the drop step there. Same thing on this side. My left foot is free, so that's the foot that I'm going to use to drop step if I don't fall over. Boom. Okay, now let's break it down. Pass myself, I chin it, I look, take a step, pound it with two hands, square up to the fence, shoot the shot. Point, notice I'm above the block. I chin the ball, take a step, and then I pound it. All right, let's try that again. Chin it, strong position there. That's why I chin the ball. Take a big step, pound. You got to be big and wide when you're in the post so you don't get pushed over easily by the defense. Now I'm showing you the progression, as you can see how I'm getting better with it. Because ideally you're taking your step and you're pounding the ball at the same time. Boom. I don't pick up the back foot until the ball hits the ground. Pass to myself, I chin it, turn and shoot. That could be a jump shot if you get enough space and elevation. A hook shot is more advanced, but I'll show you the advanced way. Now I'm reverse pivoting so I can face the rim. If I need to go back, I can. I'm just working on the move. Keep the ball away from the defender, back to chinning. Keep the ball away. I see space, I can shoot, use the backboard, make the shot. Slow motion. Get in a strong position. Take a big step as I do a pound dribble. Square up to the fence. Elevate, hook the shot in. One more slow motion video. Hook shot, up and in. Now I'm going to do it with the defender. Take a big step, get around him, up and in. This time I do it towards the baseline. Same motion. Chin it, feel him out, take a step to the baseline, get around, up and in. Later I will show you more advanced moves, but first you need to get this footwork down to go further. All right, well that's it. So hopefully you guys found that very useful. Start to practice that move. I broke it down as much as I could without being there to show you in person. Mimic my movements exactly. Parents, help make sure that your kids are doing these moves the way I prescribe them. Now, if you do that, you could probably get maybe 4 to 6 more points a game just in the natural flow of things. And if you start to look in the post, you could become our secret weapon. With that said, make sure you buy my book. And make sure that you remember that you are that lion inside, but you need to start to believe it first. So if you have any questions, make sure you hit me up, hit up any of your coaches. Also, again, make sure your kids attend our skills sessions. Things like this are explained to them in detail. So if you're missing out, I don't understand why. There's no reason why anybody should be missing out. Again, we can help your individual child become better as an individual. So at practice time, we can focus on just practice team dynamics, not just individual skills. All right. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.